Finally, Mikey Raider has come back to Raider Central Live. If you smell what Mikey Raider is, Raider Recipe Cooking. What's going on, everybody? It's Mikey Raider. Hey, man, good after WrestleMania. That's right. This video is inspired by WrestleMania. I had a good time. I relived a little bit of my childhood and had some good moments this past weekend with WrestleMania. And I haven't made a video for this channel because there really technically hasn't been any Raider news. So we're going to make some up today. I'm just kidding. No, but hey, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. And I promise you guys, we got 2.5, 3 weeks till the draft. I'm working on a computer, even though my other computer broke. I'm working on a computer. And I think it'll be able to go live. And we're going to talk the draft. We're going to have a live stream or 2 or 3 before the draft. And we're going to delve deep into the draft from my perspective. I'm going to give you guys the best of a show as I can with my technology issues and my lack of health and whatever else I deal with. I promise you guys, I love y'all enough. So please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel to help support me. Maybe I can buy a computer in the future with enough support. But hey, right now I'm just happy to pay my bills and my rent or even buy some tacos through, food stamps. Thank you. That's just real life. Mikey Raider don't pull no punches. Mikey Raider's real. Whether you like me or you don't. I'm the realest motherfucker out there. I tell everybody everything, even on my other channels. But hey, what's going on in Raiderland? Well, not much. But a little bit of news has just happened recently, so let's talk about it. A lot of you guys are not going to want to hear about it because we're probably going to mention a quarterback's name that people don't want to hear about, don't want to talk about. He's not a Raider. Why are you talking about? Let's just talk. Calm down. De-escalate, like the auditors tell the police in the post offices or the police stations. De-escalation. It goes far. Relax. But yeah, man, so let's quickly let everybody know in the beginning of this video what we're going to talk about on today's video so you don't have to watch the whole thing. But we're going to talk a little bit about Derek Carr speaking publicly, had some interesting thoughts about the new Raiders team. We're going to talk about Jack Jones getting drunk over this past weekend and some things that he said. And there may be a little bit of fallout from that. Jayden Daniels and his boy is speaking on Instagram, and there's a lot of rumors and theories about Jayden Daniels becoming our quarterback, and the Raiders have signed a quarterback. That's right. We're going to talk about it on today's show. I don't know if it's a show, more a vlog, or a podcast. I don't know. But here we go. What's going on? Derek Carr, our former quarterback, went on either Instagram Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. I don't know. He went live, eating food with his family. And let's just get this out of the way before we get into the Derek Carr story. I'm able to get a lot of this news and information through Wi-Fi Willie's channel. A lot of you don't like him. You call him a Saints fan, a this, a that, a Derek Carr, blah, blah, blah. But he's got almost 100,000 subscribers, and whether you like him or you hate him, he's the main reason post Raider Central. Let's be honest, remember the days of Raider Central? Where I would, get the video clips and do all that stuff? He's the reason I get a lot of this news. So I have to thank the guy. I have no problems with him. Does he do clickbait? Of course. He's playing the game. Trying to make some money, to feed his family. Whether he's a Saints fan or not, I believe he's a Raider fan. I believe he's a Derek Carr fan. I believe he goes where the wind goes and he supports people throughout. That's just my opinion. But, him and Mitchell Wrench, that dude from Chat Sports, I have a history with him. It's not a good one. I do not like him. I do not appreciate him. But I can appreciate that they're both playing the game. They're both doing the clickbait. They're all both video streaming daily. They're both making a decent amount of money. So you can't hate them. Whether one person went about it becoming famous in the Raider area off of the backs of other people, they did some shady shit. They did. That's a story for another day. But hey, I just want to thank at least Wi-Fi Willie because I get my news through him. Mitchell Wrench, a lot of people like you as well. That's their cup of tea. No problem, no whatever. You guys do what you got to do. But again, people get in this business using shady tactics. But it sucks when it's against other Raiders. I got into the business using shady tactics, but against the NFL. And, like reporters or news clips. I didn't do it off of the backs of other Raiders fans. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, so Derek Carr, he spoke about, and of course, he's still a Raider. Like, I don't care what people say. He loves the Raiders. That's his team. He always wanted to be a part of the Raider. Now, there's many reports coming out from Mike Mayock doing interviews that, Derek Carr had the best of his ability under John Gruden, which I can agree with. I can really agree with. They were a match made in heaven. They were putting it all together those years, those final years before, like I said, the NFL came in and did what they did. And, some people still think that Gruden did something wrong. I'm not on that boat. I don't believe they were racial of tone. I mean, I believe they were racial of tone, but it was words, is what I'm trying to say, through emails. Like, doesn't make the person a complete racist. A lot of people say racial things at times in their life, which they shouldn't have. But should they lose their job and be canceled for it? No, because they're technically good people. But I just don't agree with the way that all went down. But I do believe that Derek Carr did have his best years with them, and then a lot of people are taking that Mike Mayock quote as a dig at Derek Carr that he couldn't be good without Gruden or whatever. Maybe that's the case. But Derek Carr, again, we all know the story. He's in New Orleans. But he was speaking online, and a lot of Raider fans still come to him and talk to him and ask him questions. And he responded. He said that if I was still playing for the Raiders, I'd love to play underneath Antonio Pierce. And that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, right now, with our quarterback roster, I wouldn't personally mind having Derek Carr. But I am excited for the future and maybe another quarterback that we're going to mention in a few minutes. But that being said, I'm just saying, like, what could have been if they didn't fire Gruden at that moment? If Derek Carr was giving his best, or doing his best under John Gruden, what could have been? Or Rich Bisaccia, or with no Jay McDaniels. There's so many theories that we can go on. But Derek Carr, you can see the remorse in his eyes and the pain that all of this has caused him. So you guys got to respect that. You got to respect that. I mean, he's a good dude. He tries his best. He's corny. He's insecure, like me. It's all good. But yeah, that was the Derek Carr storylines and stuff like that. And then again, the New Orleans fans, they want to continue the narrative that a lot of Raider Nation fans created against Derek Carr. The narrative went, that he can't score in the red zone, or, that he can't win the big game. And again, the narratives may be truthful, and I can see everybody's point. But, that narrative or that hatred went to the New Orleans Saints. Then whenever they had their turmoil, their controversies, it now went again on Derek Carr. Then Michael Thomas and the idiot players took it and ran with it on Twitter against Derek Carr in sarcastic, speculation jabs. Just ridiculous. Children, not acting like adults. But yeah, Derek Carr has remorse, and just sucks that I miss the guy. I'll leave it at that. I miss the guy, but the hatred's still coming to him, and he still has to address the trolls and the haters online, and he has to say, you know what, I'm not going to go that realm, and he has to deny it. It just kind of sucks, that narrative, when somebody did their best, whether it was good enough or not, that you still call them out. Like, you're still not a good player. You never were. It's like, wow, how do you hate somebody so much? How? How is this possible? I don't even hate Mitchell. Well, I mean, I just like Mitchell Renz. I ain't gonna F with him. I don't even hate Mitchell Renz as much as you guys hate Derek Carr. You get it? My interactions are my interactions, and I'm done with it. These are people I don't want to hang out with. Wish them success in the future. However you made it, good luck. Leave me alone. But yeah, it's just sad. I don't know. It made me sad, that video, to watch that. He still gets it because he came back to Vegas. His home is in Vegas, and he did the live stream from Vegas, and he showed the golf course or the stadium. I'm not the facility. Oh God, it's just really tough. But he wishes he was here, which I think is a good thing. Whether we want him here officially or not, I'm not saying that. But he wishes he was here and it all played out differently, and I can respect that. I can respect that. All right, now let's get into Jayden Daniels. All right, what happened with Jayden Daniels? Well, he was hanging out with his friend on Instagram Live, and his friend and everybody's being asked, hey, where are you going to go, Jayden? You got any insight? Who are you talking to? Well, the rumors have been changing at the top 3 picks. Every team has been linked to one player or not. Drake May, Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, whoever else is out there. I don't know. We'll look in the next week or two. But every player's been labeled to go somewhere or another. But there's a lot of heat around Antonio Pierce's connection with Jayden Daniels. And I can appreciate that. And they have a history together. And Antonio Pierce has said, he's a go-getter. He wants to do whatever he can to get his guys, to get his players. And he spoke about that publicly. And then Jayden Daniels was asked in speculation ways, hey, out of these 4 random cities, where would you want to live and build a career in? Philadelphia, blah, blah, blah. New England, Boston, blah, blah, blah. Las Vegas, random cities. And then, he said Las Vegas. And then, people have said, hey, in interviews, the Raiders might be trying to come up and get you. How would you feel if that happens? Oh, if I get a phone call and Antonio Pierce is on the other line, he goes, man, my heart will drop and I'll be so excited and so happy. So it's a possibility. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And maybe that'll be the title of this video. I'll figure that one out in a minute. You guys will understand it later. But yeah, so there's a lot of speculation that Jayden Daniels and the Raiders are going to connect. Whether how much we have to give up to him. And a lot of people are putting, oh, here's my scenario. We give up the first round pick this year, 2024 or 25 draft pick, and the second rounder this year, and that'll get Jayden Daniels. Do you approve or you don't? There's a lot of stuff like that on X, where people are trying to figure out, how much he'll cost to be our quarterback. And we can get into that in a little bit, but if that's your guy, go get him, no matter the cost. Okay? But Jayden Daniels and his boy were hanging out on Instagram Live, and we're going to be talking about Instagram Live or going live for a few people right now that can get you in trouble. Well, Jayden Daniels' friend, and you guys can watch these videos on Willie's channel, so go ahead and go there. But I'm giving you my take on it. They were talking about and speculating where he's going to go. And then Jayden Daniels' friend, another draft pick, player from LSU, was like, I'm going to tell everybody where Jayden Daniels is going to go. I'm going to tell everybody where Jayden Daniels is going to go. And some of y'all ain't even going to believe it. But it's happening. And then Jayden Daniels' eyes lit up. He's like, huh? Oh, okay. We go. It's like that. And it kind of looked like he might have been saying, shut your mouth. But it's not my place to tell you to shut your mouth. This might create a little bit of controversy, but it's good controversy. Good speculation. I don't know. Got to get a body language expert to figure that one out. But that being said, he basically said the Raiders. Well, he didn't say the Raiders. He kept saying, you're going to go, Jayden Daniels, my boy, you're going to go play with that friend of yours, that former, or the friend from your past, or that, something like that, referring to Antonio Pierce. Could be somebody else, but we're Raider fans, so we're speculating Antonio Pierce. But yeah, So he said that, and then Daniel Janners is like, oh, it's like that. Okay. So I don't know if Jayden Daniels' friend knows something by hanging out with Jayden Daniels that we all don't know. And that's why I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to say it here. In my opinion, and I'm speculating, and it might be the title of this video, Jayden Daniels is going to become the next Raiders quarterback. It already happened. That's what I'm saying. The trade, the information, the ability to get him, it's already been set in stone technically, whether not be on paper because it's not official, but they are talking to everybody. And it's happening. It's already happened. The go-ahead's been given, whether it be on the Raider side and the other teams involved in the trade. I believe it's already been set in stone. That's my opinion. It's already been set in stone. Not officially, like literally, legally. Sorry, guys. Dry mouth. I believe it's been set in stone. And that's because we're hearing a lot of rumors about New England not even staying at the pick. New England getting more picks, moving down, not taking a quarterback. They're being rumored by reporters and journalists to get other quarterbacks and trade the pick. Then we're learning about who the quarterback from Minnesota might be drafted, Michael Penix or somebody else like that they're going to stay put. But they do have, there's a lot of situations. But again, the teams at number 1 or 2, they're already being labeled with other quarterbacks not named Jayden Daniels. So I believe all of these communications from all these teams have been talked about, and agreed to. Maybe Mark Davis had to pay some money to get some of these answers, like calling team number 1. Look, I promise we'll set this legally in stone. I will not leak who you're going to pick, but please let me know who you're going to pick, who you're thinking about. I'll give you $1 million to let me know right now. Or, again, that's tampering. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I think the information is known. That's why Antonio Pierce is telling everybody beforehand, like a couple of weeks ago, I'm a go-getter. I need to go up and get my guy, because him and Tom Telesco, I think they're on the same page. And then Antonio Pierce is making statements like that I'm a go-getter, because when we do go get our guy, if it's Jayden Daniels, if it doesn't work out, years later, Tom Telesco can say and point back to that interview and say, it was his decision. I came to this team with Antonio Pierce as the leader, so I worked with him. This was all Antonio Pierce's team. For the good or the bad, Antonio's taking it all on his shoulders. So I believe they know what they're doing. I believe it's been set in stone. I believe Jayden Daniels is our guy. Okay? Because like I said, there's too much reporting going on and little information being leaked here and there about Jayden Daniels being our guy. Now, can a team that hates the Raiders really find out this is the truthful situation? Then they come up and spite us? Or they trade up, but they'd have to give up a big old haul to do that. So that would have to be one vengeful team against the Raiders. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think there's any vengeful teams in the league against the Raiders anymore since they're in Las Vegas. Mark Davis is now apparently worth $2.4 billion, when just a couple of years ago, he's only worth $500 million. Mark Davis, the other teams love to play the Raiders because it's a home game for them as well sometimes, it seems. But that going to change. I'll leave it at that. That's the information with Jayden Daniels. Now, let's get into Antonio Pierce's other guy on Instagram Live, Jack Jones. We all love Jack Jones. We all love his story coming from the Patriots to the Raiders, being our cornerback. We all know his history trouble, whether it be at USC, Arizona State, or wherever else he played. Him breaking into a Panda Express at 3 o'clock in the morning. The guy is struggling to live his life in a good manner. But Antonio Pierce is a positive influence on his life and always has been, and has always at every turn possibly saved Jack Jones' career. Now, Jack Jones is a baller. Jack Jones is a player. He's an outspoken dude. He handles his shit. I like him. I want more players like him on the Raiders. But that being said, he went on Instagram Live, drank a whole big bottle of Don Julio. And you know what can happen when you drink Don Julio and you're talking to fans. Some stuff gonna come out. Now, the Raiders and drinking have a bad history. I don't need to mention any of it. Damon Arnett, Henry Ruggs, even Josh Jacobs. That's right. People don't know he got in a car accident. He wasn't legally drunk. I don't know the situation. I'm just saying. Alcohol in the Raiders. What was that linebacker we had from the 49ers as well? But Jack Jones drank a whole bottle of some Don Julio while talking to New England Patriot fans and Raider fans. Then he just started on Twitter and X the day before, whatever. He started getting into fights with New England fans, calling them out, that Mac Jones was not the problem, that it was the fans in New England. Now, don't get me wrong. I love every minute of it. Talk crap about them Patriots. They ruined our organizations on many institutions or many occasions through their damn stupid institution and that stupid so-called Patriot way, which they built a dynasty. They built a dynasty off of the NFL, the referees, screwing the Raiders in the tuck rule. They built their dynasty. Then they laughed at our faces for so many years with Tom Brady. I need to make a documentary. Wi-Fi Willie, you guys making documentaries about this? Make a documentary how the Patriots ruined the Raiders. Do that. Then for many years, they were laughing at the tuck rule, saying it wasn't a tuck rule. The NFL got rid of the rule a year or two later. And, Tom Brady laughing in our faces. Then Tom Brady sneaks his way to the Raiders and Mark Davis. And then he tells them he wants to be a part of the team. And then John Gruden, because he's an official Raider, he's like, fuck the Patriots. Fuck the Patriots. Fuck you, Tom Brady. I don't want you as our quarterback. I want Derek Carr. And then Tom Brady goes on the podcast and Tom Brady's like, they gonna keep that motherfucker. That's right. I don't like you most of the time, John Gruden, but you know what? In this instance, you my dude. But that soured Tom Brady against the Raiders. Maybe he went on a path to crush the Raiders. I don't know. But then we all know what happened to John Gruden. Tom Brady went to the NFL and said, get this motherfucker out of here. Fuck Tom. Fuck. Yeah. Tom Brady didn't do that. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Tom Brady went to the NFL, Washington Commanders, and however that played out, they got rid of John Gruden. Right? Then who gets hired in some stupid way? A damn Patriot to the team. Ruins our team, gets rid of our quarterback, and ruins our franchise for like 2 or 3 years. Then at the same time, why? Why did all that happen? Because Tom Brady was pretending that, you know what? Hey, Josh McDaniels, if you become the coach and you get rid of Derek Carr, I'll be the quarterback. I'll be the quarterback. I'll play the final another year or two for you. So that's what they did. Josh McDaniels, even though he's already ruining the team, he wanted to work with Carr as long as he could, and it didn't work out because, Carr's a Raider, not a Patriot. So then you got rid of Carr for whatever your reasons were. And then you're thinking you have Tom Brady in the back and he's going to be the quarterback next year. So let's just get rid of Carr. We'll have Tom Brady next year. Then Tom Brady retires. And Josh McDaniels goes, oh shit, what do we do? We got to get a former Patriot, Jimmy Garoppolo. And y'all know what happened. So Tom Brady screwed the Raiders on how many occasions there? 3. One of them might be speculation. Patriots ruined our franchise. Now they got the 3rd pick in the draft. Are they going to give that to the Raiders? They're going to request first-round picks for 20 damn years to move up to number 3. But Tom Brady is still possibly part owner of the Raiders. Richard Seymour, he's kind of a Raider. He's a former Patriot, kind of with the Raiders. Maybe Robert Kraft and Mark Davis are cool now, past Tom Brady being gone and whatever happened there. So I don't know. Can New England, give us the draft pick? But it's going to be a hefty price. But still, the Patriots ruined our franchise. And Jack Jones started, like I said, I was happy he's going off on the Patriots. Jack Jones has proven himself to be a real Raider. And I love his swag, I love his spunk, and I appreciate it. But man, you can't do that. You can't get drunk with Don Julio because you start saying some things that are going to be taken out of context, and you need to do better. And I'm a Raider, so most of this stuff is a precursor to bad things. But hopefully we're changing up. It's a new era, like in WrestleMania. It's a new era. And these instances are for nothing. Where nothing comes worse from it and people learn their lesson. Because, I think we've all done it. We've all gotten online and had too much to drink and said some things. But it wasn't really against the Raiders, so I really don't care. It was against the Patriots. But you got to admit it's a bad look for our team. And it's a bad look for Jack Jones because he is going to become one of the leaders. And do you want to be led by a dude that gets online and drinks a whole bottle of Don Julio and talks trash to other teams? It's just not the proper way to do it. It might be the Raider way to do it. You get it? You see what I did there? Simmer down now a little bit, Jack. Simmer down now. Simmer down now. But it's fun. So hopefully good things come from it, not bad things. But I'm happy that Jack Jones is a Raider. I like this guy's swag. And I'm excited for this new year with Christian Wilkins and whatnot. All right, was there any other story that I'm missing that I wanted to talk about for Raider news? Can't think of anything, guys. Can't think of anything. So stay tuned to the channel. Hopefully we get a live stream in the next week or two. We're going to do some pre-draft broadcast. We're going to talk about the team from my point of view. And we're going to have ourselves a good time. It's good to be alive, guys, even through all the turmoil that many of you have, health-wise, life-wise. We all have it. It's going to be all right. We're Raiders for life. We love this damn team, no matter all the bullshit. And people don't understand us. They don't get us. It's just the most unique family culture situation. It's all love. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay Raider. I'm Mikey Raider. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content or videos and look for more in the future. I appreciate you guys. If you stayed this long, in the bottom screen, right, Mikey and Midnight Raider is the bomb. People will know what I'm referencing. Mikey and Midnight Raider is the bomb. That being said, let's give a little last shout out, not in a cringeworthy fashion, in a real meaningful fashion from the bottom of our heart. And check me out on Twitter and X and whatever. Links are down below. I think there is some merchandise. I'm not sure. Appreciate you. Become a member. Love you. Let's do it. Raiders for life.